YouTube, what is up? It's your boy Knowledge here from Gamers Little Playground, and I'm joined here today.
For a long time, we haven't done anything like this.
A long time.
I'm Javi, of course, if you guys have been to the channel for a while.
Yeah, so Javi got a unique opportunity. Bethesda and 47
Hooked us up. Thank you so much.
So they flew out Javi to West Virginia
to Washington. Then they flew me out to West Virginia.
He got to stay at great places, the Marriott and the Greenbrier Resort. And he got to play Fallout 76 early, which is the coolest part of the whole thing. He got to see an old vault, like an actual, vault, real Fallout vault. It was just a great experience. We really appreciate what Bethesda did, and
for flying us out there
well, flying you out there.
For flying me, yeah, sorry. It was only one person and you couldn't go. So
I couldn't go.
The next best person went.
Damn it. But anyways, we decided to do a Q&A. We put a community tab question out there and you guys responded. So we picked some of the ones that we can answer and we're going to answer them now. So the first question, the most important question of all the questions that was asked.
Spartan 47, or Spartan X47.
Can you dab?
I don't remember the dab being specifically in there, but there are emotes. There is an emote wheel that I remember. I was barfing, I was scared. There's a bunch of different ones.
Yeah,
there's definitely they might add that.
They might add that, although it might be so culturally irrelevant now that they might not even bother adding it.
But obviously, that's an obvious question. Every game now, like Destiny, has it.
Yeah.
But there is emotes. Can you get more? Can you do so? I'm not sure but there was a wheel that you can scroll through, and it had a bunch of different
They're gonna have a bunch. Don't worry. All right, our second question comes from Aaron the Slayer. How much of the environment can give you resources? If there are environmental resources, are they just limited to building player structures?
Right. So the way the resources worked is, you pick up junk. In this game, I think almost everything kind of gave you weight, but junk didn't give you much weight at all. So it's good to run around, collect flowers, collect stuff. When you're going through, it's not necessarily environment. The only environmental stuff that gives you like materials I can remember was the flowers. Otherwise, it's like you're picking up clipboards, kind of stuff from chests, from stuff like that. And most of that stuff you can like easily go to your menu once you go to a workshop, whether it be an armor workshop or whatever, and then quickly just junk all. And then also your weapons, if you have more of the same one, you can junk that to get more of the
it's like an easy one, or you gotta
look for the weapons and stuff.
You gotta
like
look
armor,
through
you have to look through it, because I don't think they want you to just like accidentally your best weapon get taken away.
Well, I figure like if there's duplicates, it can just be like boom.
I didn't see that, but I do know that it was just very easy. You just click on it,
Okay.
There was the material, the resource you use for is like a lot of to build other stuff in the camp. You kind of take over certain areas and then you control a camp.
Okay.
Right, but everyone on the map can see the camp.
Yeah.
There's also as you're like dismantling certain things, like if you dismantle a gun, for that specific gun type, you might get a mod that you can build.
That's cool.
So there's a lot of that.
Alrighty. All right. Third question from this channel. It's called This Channel. That's a good name. How often do you find other players? How well did VATS work?
So we were, kind of in our own thing because we were part of the event. So we kind of, so
you didn't because you didn't play against like other like online.
Obviously, but we played people at the event.
Yeah.
You do see people on the map. What they did tell us though is if you murder someone that is, for example, this is going to see like if you find other players on the map, because you will find them and you can fight with them. Yeah. Which we'll all get into the combat in a little bit. But when you shoot at someone, it doesn't immediately start a PvP.
Yeah.
But what it does is if they shoot back at you, it becomes a fight.
Okay.
But if you shoot them and kill them, it's considered murder, and you kind of become like in other games you can become hunted.
Okay, so when you get hunted, like an indicator?
Yes, and everyone on the map can see it. And at that point, if I'm not mistaken, from what I saw and from what they were telling us, is that person that's wanted basically can no longer see people on the map, but everyone on the map can see them.
Damn.
So it kind of like...
That's punishment right there.
But I wasn't 100% sure how it worked for teams, because I don't think your teammates necessarily get wanted as well. So if you wanted to be wanted and your teammates not wanted.
Oh, that's okay. That's a good question too.
Yeah,
cause
that's something that I'm not 100% sure on. I know that it would be good to know. We didn't test that out.
How do you think it would be better? Like if your whole team got wanted or just you?
I don't know, because it's if you're playing with random people and someone just decides to kill someone, or if it's an accident, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it'll be fine. The way the combat system works is a little bit. It doesn't just like you can't just like in GTA, you know, or something where it has online. You can't just one shot someone right away. Yeah. You can't just throw a grenade, which is something they mentioned to us. Yeah. So basically, you do less damage if you're attacking someone that isn't attacking you.
Okay.
So you can't just like ambush, and I mean you could probably still kill them, but it's kind of like the damage isn't fully done until they start shooting back, and then the damage balances out.
That's okay. That's weird too, because then you can make that big choice of I don't want to engage. Because,
which is kind of good, you know, because I mean this is Fallout, so a lot of people coming into it, you know, let's say they only really play Fallout or similar games to Fallout. They might not like multiplayer, and that would really turn them off.
Yeah.
But if they get shot at and they decide, you know what, I'm gonna stay away from this and maybe just run away or whatever, at least they won't get like you can get spawn. You won't be spawn camped, you know.
Yeah. It's fucking running away from fights. What is this? Halo Reach? God. All right. Fourth question.
Well, I didn't finish. Well, okay. Sorry to cut you off. But the VATS.
Okay, that's right.
I think a lot of people want to know. They work really weird because obviously it's online. You can't
stop time.
Yeah, you know, lockpicking doesn't stop time. Hacking doesn't stop time. Menus and stuff don't stop time.
Yeah.
So neither does your VATS. The way VATS work is basically auto aiming.
Okay.
So you activate it and it doesn't like automatically like you click your trigger and it kind of auto aims to the target you're on. And as far as I know, level later on, I think it changes, but the way it worked, at least for us being low level, we didn't get past. I think I got to level 7 during the session. You don't really target limbs or anything like in other Fallout games. So that's the difference. It's more like when you're targeting the enemies that only have one shot. It's like that. And obviously, the closer you are, the better your aim and whatnot.
So it's way different. It's not.
Yeah. And I think it had to because they couldn't make it.
Oh yeah, no, it had to be different. But did you like that though?
I honestly didn't even really use it just because
You just so used to using the regular.
Well, it was on controller, and it's been a while since I played Fallout New Vegas on 360 for a little bit when it was on Xbox.
Yeah.
Or on the 360, yeah. But I didn't remember any of the buttons. For the channel recently, I've been playing a lot of the PC.
Oh, Fallout.
So
yeah.
I didn't even it was just kind of weird me playing the controller.
Yeah, I get you. PC Master Race. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
All right. Fourth question from Manny Garcia. Will it be third or first person?
There is an option for both, similar to Fallout games. You can't pull back like in Fallout games where you can choose kind of where you are.
Yeah.
But you can, at least on the console version, switch between them. Maybe there's more options in the PC version, but we didn't play that version.
Easy question. Okay. Our fifth question from Speckle Trek: are caps important outside of using your Kent machine for settlement building?
Right. So you use your caps. You would use it to buy stuff, whatever it is. But the other thing I can think of that you do use it for is to fast travel.
Okay.
So you can fast travel to your group and the vault for free. So if your group is all together, you don't really need it. But let's say one of your group members, for whatever reason, is like, I'm gonna go to this side of the map, and you guys are doing this over here. You guys, if you wanted to, let's say something happens and he says like, oh, come over here, you can fast travel to him for free. You can fast travel to the Vault 76 always for free. Everywhere else you find on the map that you would be able to fast travel to, you have to pay a certain amount of caps depending on how far you are.
Is the vault located in the central area, or was it in the corner of the...
I can't.
It's hard to tell.
I can't tell right now. We'll have the gameplay playing in the background. Maybe it'll show it right now.
Yeah.
But I do remember it being somewhat centered, just not directly in the middle, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. What about how much it costs, the caps to fast travel?
That's the thing. I remember maybe not being a lot, but I didn't. I luckily was using mostly I actually didn't have many caps because we were building workshops inside the settlements we took over. We didn't do a lot of the building, but you can set up turrets, you know, in the thing to protect your little area, because someone could come and take it over if they wanted to. Yeah. They have to do an event to take it over, where they have to fight waves of enemies. So if you're online, you can kind of like, or if you're nearby, you can kind of fight them back.
Yeah.
But I'm not 100% sure. It didn't seem very expensive, but it's also we didn't travel very far. Okay. So I don't know how expensive it can get.
All right. Our next question from Jolie LeBlanc. Is it balanced enough so someone can play single player, or is it necessary to have more people?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the single player I did because the way single player works is just because you do a mission with your group doesn't mean everyone gets it.
Yeah.
Right. But we were in a group already, so it's not like I can just go off on. I did kind of go off on my own and do the quest, because it does count to you by yourself when you do it.
Yeah.
Right. So you kind of have to do it on your own. But they did say that you should be able to beat the game just fine by yourself. Okay. I'm sure it's something similar to how Destiny is, you know, where having a group probably helps a lot, but not having one won't keep you from
it won't keep you from actually finishing the game.
I asked a little bit about higher levels. They didn't mention much, but I was curious if there was going to be anything like higher level that you would. I mean, we saw some high level enemies too, but I don't know if there's any like events that you would need more people to do, like that you have to have more people to do.
Okay. Speaking of enemies, the next question from Call of Default 25, he says, what enemies did you encounter while playing?
Okay. So everyone kind of went on their own thing. We had guides and stuff, but we met a lot of ghoul-like creatures, which were called the Scorch in this game. I saw some super mutants. I remember hearing so we were all in the same room. One of the groups across, we found Mothman, and they were fighting Mothman. Yeah. You know, so it was cool. I wanted to go there, but we were kind of in our own area. We kind of found the haunted campground that we were exploring for a bit, which was cool. One of the things I did get to do, and you'll be able to see it, is I went to Deathclaw Island, that's what it's called. Yeah. It's a little tiny island on one of the rivers. You just kind of walk to it and Deathclaw. Luckily they weren't super high level. I'm assuming they can get higher level, but I was able to get one to like quarter health. Yeah. Or half, maybe like half health, and then I had to run and go catch the nuke. Like a bitch. I wanted to catch the nuke.
Alrighty.
But there are other enemies that I didn't get to encounter myself.
Yeah, like you said, for sure there'll be
there's like the
more
sloth. I remember there's like a big sloth thing or something, and then there's a bunch of like really creepy ones that I'm assuming were in higher level areas that we didn't get to.
Yeah, no, for sure there's gonna be a bunch more, and you already saw at least four or five different ones. Okay, our next question from Crown Chaos. Well, it's not a question; it's a comment actually. Right. But I have a feeling that Fallout 76 will play a lot like Elder Scrolls Online.
Right. I did play Elder Scrolls Online. Elder Scrolls Online plays like a traditional MMORPG, like how WoW or something would play. Okay. This feels more like something like maybe Red Dead Online, you know, or even GTA Online, just not in the city without the NPCs, you know. So it feels more like that. You're exploring. There isn't that like MMORPG feel to me.
Okay.
You know,
that's really vague. What you just said.
Okay. Well, it doesn't feel like Elder Scrolls is like, you know, you have your skills and stuff. This game is shooting, so you don't have your skills like that. You have perks. Yeah. The way the perks work is you get these cards. You can level up the cards and you can attach them depending on your special. You know, which one you've leveled up. The more you have in that special, the more cards you can put, and the higher level cards you can put.
Yeah.
And also something cool about that too was, if you're in a group, you can share one of the cards if you have high enough level. Okay. So like if you want to build this certain way for more experience, for example, which is under the charisma tree, you can build towards more experience. One of the strength trees, you know, one of the strength perks to hold more weight, you can share. You know, stuff like that.
That's cool. I mean, that's some cool teamwork stuff. Okay, our last question from Mel B. Mm-hmm. Is there only one?
No, well, only one is their story / lore NPC's quest.
Okay.
That's the final question. I mean, that's the question that I think a lot of people want to know, because they they want to know what do you do in the game.
Yeah.
It is
that's
about
3 questions.
Well,
by the
yeah,
way. Mel B, that's 3 questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess,
ahead.
but it's it all encompasses the same thing.
All right. Is there story/lore NPCs and quests?
I didn't come across any NPCs. A lot of the quests come in the form of holotapes.
Okay.
A lot of the holotapes were really cool. There was one there's a cult involved, so there is lore. I don't know how far it will extend. Yeah. For example, something really interesting that my group kind of stumbled across was what seemed like shrines. And this isn't part of the main campaign, but this was just us exploring. Was shrines to a dark robed figure with a moose skull.
Okay.
Right? We found one just near the campground. We found another near a graveyard, and then we went to this church, and there was it was on where the priest would be, right? And there was skeletons of people in front row seats and stuff. So there's something, there.
Yeah.
I remember.
But that's more of a exploration type lore.
But maybe we'll encounter more about them because I didn't get to see a lot about them. But there was a holotape, for example, of a kid who was basically blaming himself or was putting the blame on himself, that I cheated on a test, that's why all the bombs dropped.
Yeah.
But because that's what he was told, kind of that's what the cult has kind of done for him, to him and everything. The story wise, you come out of the vault. It seems like I guess everyone just died because, like I said, there's no NPCs, so you're just where is everyone? Yeah. And you kind of go to this area, you look for the overseer of the vault, and all you're finding is holotapes and dead people.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, as a lore aspect of it, that's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a good explanation of why there wouldn't be any NPCs. But.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. Unfortunately we didn't get far enough because we didn't have all the time.
Yeah, but don't expect a traditional
definitely don't expect a traditional single player.
Don't expect cutscenes and NPCs. Yeah, that's
it was cool coming out of the vault. There was a celebration. Everyone's I guess got outside, and I guess the NPCs would be the people you grew up with, the people you find in the wild, and which aren't really. I mean, those are playable characters. They're not NPCs, but. The quest system right now, it's kind of I guess your typical kind of Fallout stuff. At least from the very we only did 1 or 2, and it was go here, find out what happened, find holotapes, kill this kind of stuff. Which that's about
pretty standard. Other than an NPC telling you. Hey,
exactly. And the NPC does tell you through the thing. There is hacking. There is all that stuff there's a lot of the stuff that is still from Fallout. Yeah. But like I said. Do not be, I mentioned it earlier, do not be trying to lockpick or hack and there's enemies nearby. Make sure you actually have to clear out an area. You can't, get a rest zone by going into the hacking and be like, okay, I'm good for...
How do they shoot me? Oh, God. All right, well, we thank you, everybody, for submitting questions. Thank you again to Bethesda. Mm-hmm. And 47 for sending Javi out. I know he really appreciates it.
And any other questions, if you want to leave them in the community tab, I might go through there and try to ask. But also, we'll have a video out with more of the gameplay so you can see what it looks like. Because that stuff I can't really explain to you.
Yeah, for sure. All right, last thing. Overall impressions, what do you think?
Overall, I definitely think it's a game I can see myself playing. Just for the fact that I do like that kind of open world exploring thing. Yeah. I do wish there was a single player campaign that is more in the traditional sense of Fallout. Because who
doesn't want one?
Who doesn't want one, right?
Yeah.
And the whole single player experience is dying. Granted, there's a lot of games coming out soon, but this is definitely. I think they just wanted to try something else, which is a fun game that you can kind of just play with your friends. Go around just. Exploring West Virginia. We explored the hotel we were staying in a little bit. Yeah. We got to see just places that that we basically drove or not drove up because we were in the game, but we walked the drive that we did pretty much.
Yeah.
To get to that hotel that we stayed at.
That's sick. Yeah. That's so sick. That is so sick. All right, guys. Thanks again, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.